We're very excited about ICCCon. I'm confused sometimes because I'm like, how many C's are there? I have to count
Yeah,
in my head.
there's three C's. It's Imperial Commissary Collectors Convention. So that's
Okay,
what we're going for. It's a collectors convention, but we have the ICCC so people can keep up.
ICCC. Love it.
ICCC.
And we had you on a while back, and you had such an interesting story about how you got into this racket, this business. And it seemed, if I remember right, it stemmed from some frustrations you had going to other shows, and you thought there's got to be a better way.
Yeah, I just thought that there's too much focus. Most of the shows that I've been to that are the bigger shows, they tend to be just for, I don't know, for hyping up whatever the next new release is or whatever video you can see on YouTube 30 seconds later. And there's a lot of focus on the old way of doing things, even though more people attend cons nowadays. So they have extremely long lines that you sit in for an entire day that you waste your entire badge on to get one autograph, and there's no food ever unless it's $8 billion. Those kind of things I didn't really like, and those kind of things, they kind of they take away money from the people's pocket. And once you take away money from the people's pocket, they can't enjoy themselves as much. They can't have as much fun. They can't do as many things. Now, granted, our prices have had a rise over the years, but guest stars are expensive, putting on shows are expensive, and once you get to a certain level, it costs more. But we still keep our VIP badges cheaper than pretty much any other convention, but I can say cheaper than any major convention with A-list guest stars by far. Plus, we give food, drink. You get an entire day early, so Friday is only for VIP. And then our general admission is some of the best around because, see, I find a lot of the other conventions that I've ever been to, you walk around and you're like, oh, okay, there's this guest star or whatever. Wouldn't it be nice to get a picture of me walking by him? And maybe you don't have enough money for all the guest stars at the con. Maybe you don't have enough money for this. Maybe you want to get that Vinyl Cape Jawa instead of the 50 autographs. There's choices to be made here.
Yes.
So
yes.
I feel if I try to keep it as low as possible, then people can make more of those choices and get more of those items. And I do that across the board, man. Everybody, one of the most popular questions right now is, how much is the autograph for this? How much is the autograph for that? How much is the autograph? My answer is it will literally be cheaper than everyone else charges. The thing is I have to wait till they go to these other cons and they do these other live signings and video signings. The Emperor, for example, Ian McDermott. I know he's doing a live signing. I think it's like $150 a thing or something like that. It's definitely going to be cheaper than that. I mean,
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to pick on online signings, but I mean,
Right.
your costs have to be a little bit less than mine, right?
Yeah, well, it's a crazy business idea because when you do that, you keep a lot of those costs low. They're spending more money in the dealer room. You've got happy dealers, and the guest is having more fun, and they're going to come back the next time. So, there must be something to this, keeping everybody as happy as possible, right, and giving them a great experience.
Well, it's like good old Southern hospitality. That's all it is.
There honestly, you go.
This entire thing. This entire thing is. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say you're Nashville hot, my man.
That's right, Nashville hot,
and that's what I like. Hot, right? Southern hospitality. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about these action figures, these exclusive action figures.
The exclusive action figures, I don't have them here. What happens is I have a custom maker on my group, Matt Brookins, and he makes some amazing customs, very, very high-end stuff where he makes it out of different kit bashing figures. If you're not a vintage Star Wars collector, you might not be aware what kit bashing is. Kit bashing is how they designed a lot of figures, one of them being Boba Fett. But what they would do is they would take little parts and pieces from all different toy lines and all different figures, and they'd meld them all together and stick them all together, and then they would mold those off of those, and that's how we would get the action figures we know. So Matt Brookins does the same thing. He does it in the old school Kenner fashion. So it takes absolutely forever, but they're beautiful. And what he does is he chops up like 5 different figures. And I mean, not nice figures, completely destroyed, beaters, missing heads, missing limbs. And he chops them up and he creates another figure out of that. Well, last year it was a huge hit. We had one figure. We had the Boba Fett one. I don't have it right here with me or I'd show you. But we have the Boba Fett one last year, and we had it on card and we had it in a box. So those were the 2 options that you could get it. Those sold out instantaneously. They were selling for double or triple immediately after. So they go really quick. So we decided this year we're going to do 4. Now, we've only released 2 of them. The first one is Boba Fett from the Transition Boba Fett. Well, there you go. That's the one. That's one of the ones from last year. If you notice how much taller he is than regular Boba Fett, and also you could see how his legs and arms are different. That's Death Squad Commander arms. You notice the pads are different and everything like that. So that's what happens. He melds together these figures. Even his how do I say this on TV? His nether regions is a Tusken Raider one. You know what I mean? It's not
his
a
crotch. That's what we call it.
His crotchal area is a Tusken Raider instead of Boba Fett. So that's how he builds them. See how he's a little bit taller, and we even have cloth goods, unlike everyone else that manufactures toys.
Wow, beautiful! That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And the Tusken Raider crotch just begs the question: does the sand really get everywhere? Yeah,
I know. Right? That's what the dressing for, so they could do a little jig, you know. Get it out of there.
Well, that's exciting. What kind of quantity are these going to be available at?
They're different quantities because we have 3 different packages, which have not been released yet. So I can't say the 3 different types of packages, but they're 3 things that we collect from back in the day. And what happens is there's a certain number available each day. So I don't know all the numbers offhand because he's still manufacturing. So it's as many as he can make. But right now, I think it's probably like 60 or 70 figures per day. But it's 4 different figures in 2 different styles of packaging. So it's not going to be that many each day. But we're trying to spread it out a little bit more so people have more of an opportunity. They go really, really quick. But they're cool. Actually, we're doing something super special this year. You guys know Kim Simmons. He pretty much took all the pictures for the back of the back of the card backs and stuff like that. Well, Kim Simmons is actually, he's the guy who like took that yellow picture.
Yes,
that's a Kim Simmons picture. And anything like, you know, on the Slave One or Fire Spray or whatever you're calling it, on that, like that picture is his. The Millennium Falcon picture from the box is his. Anyway, Kim Simmons took the pictures that we remember from the packaging growing up. Now, Kim has been a really good friend of mine since we did the first IC meetup back in Kentucky in 2015, and there were 8 people there. And Kim came, and it was like, holy moly, this is Kim Simmons. You know, this is who I grew up with. And we became really good friends. He's come to the con every single year, and this year he is doing the actual art and pictures for our packaging. So yeah, there he is. Wow, way to get on the Google with speed, brother. Well done. But yeah, Kim Simmons is actually doing the artwork for these boxes. So our boxes are going to be the most vintage Kenner thing that has ever been released since 1986.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, good job. Good job. And
Thanks,
we're happy to have you here on Rebel Force Radio this week because you have a huge guest announcement to make. And you're making this guest announcement here exclusively on RFR. And,
you guys,
so I'm pretty excited.
Exclusive. Actually, right now, nobody knows except for me. But so it's really crazy. Like, you guys are going to know before the rest of the world even knows, which is crazy. As you know, we got Mike Quinn that we released, and Stephen Constantino I released today. He was a great guy. A lot of guest stars from Star Wars, but the big one, the one I am here tonight to announce, the one that everyone is waiting on bated breath to hear, is this young fellow right here. This is C-3PO. And he is played by a fellow named Anthony Daniels.
Yes.
So
whoa.
Thank you.
That's awesome, dude. What a get.
Huge.
So I'm planning on having 2 guys that have been in Star Wars and like 8 Star Wars each or something that are going to be together. So that's what the ICCC is all about, though. It's about bringing a bunch of different people from a bunch of different walks of life together so they can play toys together. And I am very happy to be bringing the Emperor and C-3PO to Nashville, Tennessee. I mean,
wow,
this thing has been homegrown, man. So the sheer fact that I'm able to connect with these guest stars is, I mean, I'm a real nerd, you know? Like, this C-3PO,
these are your heroes.
Like, so I'm living the dream, man. I have absolutely no complaints. I'm super duper excited to see what happens this year and to see the growth over the years from now. because we've had some great guest stars, but we've never had anybody on this level, and now we have 2 on this level, and I have a whole bunch more guest stars I'm still going to be releasing. So I'm sure I will be back on Rebel Force a couple times, because I have a couple more majors that still haven't come out yet. So be prepared, fellas. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, we're going to be there. It's going to be our first time at a convention since Wizard World Cleveland back in February 2020. I think that was it, right, Jim? I mean, right before it hit the fan. We got all the way to March?
Yeah, it was early March.
Oh, wow. All right.
We already did one of these right in the middle of the pandemic, so we know what we're doing.
Yes, yeah. You got to hear the story. It's a great story. We've got a fairly lengthy interview, so you can go ahead and check that out. Maybe we'll get the details on what episode that was last time we spoke with Michael. But
it was the Bad Batch one. That's how long ago it was. Bad Batch.
Bad Batch.
Yeah,
so for the summer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So ICC
when it was
is
so warm out instead of freezing cold everywhere.
Oh, please,
in Nashville?
Yeah, come on.
What is it? A balmy 50?
40-something degrees today. That's cold, man. I had to take out my
you're talking to a couple of guys up in the Great Lakes region. We were, oh boy.
So the only time you get warm is when you're literally under snow, right?
Yeah, just about.
When you're in an igloo.
So there it is. The dates, April 29th through May 1st, 2022. April 29th, that's the Friday for VIP. And the weekend is just going to be rocking. And you're going to give us a place to do a podcast from.
Yeah, we have a podcast stage. You're going to love it, man. And it's actually nice and professional and everything. I mean, chairs, microphones. You'd be surprised.
Wow.
Great,
man. I know some of the bigger shows don't give you that. You got to bring your own gear.
We do a lot of different things in the bigger shows. For example, I know you guys got a lot of 501st and you got a lot of Rebel Legion that listen to your show because you're a phenomenal show. You're the voice of Star Wars nowadays.
Thank you.
Just to tell them, if they reach out to any of the local garrisons or legions or stuff, they have coupon codes because I actually give 50% off if you're actually going to troop. And I don't think any other con out there gives you any money off if you troop. Which I think is terrible because these people just bring joy to other people and it costs them a fortune.
And they make your show better, right?
On all those tickets.
Wow.
Dude, that's a class move. Let me just say, I want to be on the record as saying that is a class move.
Yeah, they work harder than anybody at these shows. They're in those buckets, man. It's 180 degrees. Forget about it.
Well, they add so much color and flavor to the event.
They do.
And they do it out of the goodness of their hearts too, because
they really
do.
It's
cheap to maintain that gear.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of money, man, and they have to put in a lot of money into it, and then the gear takes hits and stuff because they travel with it. So they're just constantly. It's like the worst car you ever had. It just breaks down all the time. Where it's like, there's another $100. There's another $100. But
well, the question is, Michael, have you ever cosplayed yourself?
I have not. I am in the middle of building something secretly because I love everybody. I do. And I really love interacting with everybody, but I am a legit nerd. I'm sorry, I'm turning down my phone here. I'm a legit nerd, so I actually like to go to things and look around and enjoy things sometimes. And sometimes it becomes really hard because, as you guys notice, I always got the logo somewhere. Or I'm always loud and vibrant with a
you don't hide, do you?
To tell, but it would be nice to just hide in a bucket one day and just walk around, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So I think that would be cool.
Yeah. So that's a clue. That's a hint, maybe what's going on with Michael. Well, yeah, it's a great way to be incognito. I mean, some of the biggest stars. I remember, I think it was Celebration 2. Hayden Christensen went around with a stormtrooper helmet on, and was able to go.
Matt Lanter.
Harry Potter was Boba Fett once.
Oh, that's right, Harry. Yeah, that's right. Daniel Radcliffe. Yeah,
Radcliffe
was in a really good Boba Fett costume. Of course, when you got Harry Potter money, I don't think he was building it in his basement.
Yeah. He was like 1-800 Boba Fett outfits. $3,000, no problem.
Right. Yeah.
$3,000. I'm dreaming. That was probably the helmet.
Right. Exactly.
In Chicago, Matt Lanter came up to Swank, and he had a stormtrooper helmet on. He was hiding from the masses.
Yeah,
you know Jason was just like Matt Lanter that I just found out. Man, he's a really cool guy. He the Rebel, the Rebel Troopers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was a Rebel Trooper.
Yeah, in Mandalorian. Mandalorian season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
couldn't
he
believe
was.
it, you know?
Yeah,
But he's a nice guy who also happens to live down here in Nashville. That's strange, isn't it?
He does. That is a coinkydink. He also
Matt's a great guy.
He is a great guy. And Michael, you're a great guy too. We can't wait to be hanging out with you. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm actually bringing my whole family down, including my mom. I used to live in Nashville. My mom lived there longer than I did, so we're gonna have a great time. Cannot wait.
Well, you
Nashville
get to enjoy
is such a
the
great
city
place.
again too, man, and it's a beautiful place to be. It really is.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Nashville and Star Wars, it's just going to be awesome. And I finally have got my collection organized where I have my needs list. I got my want list too, but I also have my needs list now. So I'm going to be definitely giving you guys some business there in the dealer room this year.
Well, I like that, man. That's the other thing. I try to keep the dealers at a low price compared to anywhere else. I mean, it's a third or a quarter of the price of most places that are this size with these kind of guest stars. And my dealers, when I walk around, they do very well. We have very few dealer tables left. You guys aren't dealing, but dealer tables, you could buy vendor tables there. We have very few left now. I'm sure after this, they'll all be gone. We do have some 8x5s this year, which are smaller. You could get two together for cheaper. So there are other options, but it's already been crazy because I think everybody was like, this whole time everybody was like, there's no way he's putting William Shatner in a barn in Tennessee. And I did. And then I think they were like, there's no way he's doing it again. He took a bath on the entire Shatner debacle. And I did it again. And then they were like, there's no way he's going to do it. There's a pandemic. It's impossible. You can't even go to the grocery store. It happened. And here we are again with, man, I couldn't be more juiced. Because I love all the guest stars that have come, and they're wonderful people, and I love communicating with them in something. But as far as being a promoter and being somebody who started this from scratch with just kind of like an idea and a little bit of money in my pocket, the sheer fact that Anthony Daniels and Ian McDiarmid are coming here, to me, is I don't even know how to put it into words, and that's the one thing I do is I can put anything into words. But but it's just
congratulations,
amazing,
man. Congratulations. The website is ICCcollectorsconvention.com. The man is Michael Havens, and he's going to be running a tight ship come April. And we're really looking forward to the show. It sounds fantastic, Michael. So thank you so much for joining us. You'll be back, right, to make some big guest announcements?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. I got 3 more that you guys are going to want to hear on your show first. But you can't have them yet, man. I got to do other stuff, and the freaking making those darn pictures are like murder, dude. Like with the graphics behind them and the other thing. And
all right, that episode is from July 22nd, 2021. That's a much longer sit down and chat with Michael. So you got to hear it because the story is awesome. And we're definitely looking forward to hanging with you again and in person. Like, wow, that sounds like so crazy these days. So, all right, well, you got a convention to plan, so we should let you go. But
I appreciate you having me on, man, and I love the show. Everybody make sure to check out icnashville.com, and then you guys got a coupon code, right?
We do indeed.
I've been seeing it hit on the website. Keep seeing Rebel Force 10 pop up, so something's going on.
Good.
Good. I'm glad people are taking advantage of it. I know a lot of people have reached out to me saying they can't wait for the show. They're really looking forward to it. And the link along with the code is available on rebelforceradio.com right there on our homepage. You'll see it over there. Use the code RebelForce10 at checkout to save 10% off your ticket price for ICCC, and we will see you there. And we'll see you there too, Michael Havens.
I appreciate you guys so much. Have a great night, and I'm going to listen to the rest of the show later.
Thanks, bud.
Good job.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, man. Take care.
Take it easy, man.
Bye-bye.